When you hear the name Greta Gerwig, you might think of Oscar nominations, groundbreaking films, and redefining what it means to be a modern storyteller. But her journey didn't start on a blockbuster set. It started in the small, honest corners of independent cinema. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Iris is here, and this is a new segment, Director's Journey, and today we are going to talk about a wonderful, remarkable career of Greta Gerwig. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe, and let's start, shall we? Greta Celeste Gerwig was born on the 4th of August 1983 in Sacramento, California, and she grew up in a middle-class family, and she actually didn't even think about career in the film industry because she dreamt about becoming a playwright instead. But then after studying English and philosophy at Barnard College, she kind of stumbled almost by accident into the world of acting. And that's when she found herself in the center of indie films. In the early 2000s, Greta became a breakout figure in the Mumblecore movement. Those are basically movies that are about nothing, but at the same time about everything, and I am actually a very big fan of such movies. So those are films that have these ultra-naturalistic dialogues and shoestring budgets. So movies like Hannah Takes the Stairs or Nights and Weekends that Greta actually also co-wrote and co-directed, they just gave her this reputation for playing characters that feel painfully real, painfully beautifully real. Hollywood took notice, and soon Greta was working with major directors and major stars in movies like Greenberg and Arthur. But even as the budget grew bigger, she still kept her signature style, awkward, real, and very human. Behind the scenes, Greta was sharpening her another weapon, pen. And in 2012, she co-wrote, alongside her now husband, Noah Baumbach, a movie which is called Frances Ha. She also starred in this movie, and I really love it. I love it for how real it feels, how authentic it is, how sincere it is, and we all know that on this channel we do love sincere movies. So she showed this incredible portrayal of young adulthood and everything that goes with it, and I think it showed everyone that she isn't just another, indie actress, but she is an artist in the making. In 2017, I think everything changed drastically because Greta made her first directorial solo debut with Lady Bird. I have included Lady Bird into the video of best 10 directorial debuts. If you have missed it, you can go and check it out on my channel. And I think that no one could possibly made a better debut. She made this movie, and this movie is set in her hometown of Sacramento, and the fact that after watching this film I felt nostalgic about the place that I have never even been to, I think it still blows my mind when I rewatch it. I just feel all the right emotions, although I've never visited this place. I don't know much about, only girls, Catholic schools, but because the way she tells the story, it's so real, it's so natural. That's like that type of the Mumblecore movement that she was a very big part of and still is. And I think that was a huge success. It was a critical and commercial smash. And she received 5 Oscar nominations for that movie, including the one as Best Director and Best Original Screenplay. And I think it says a lot because she was at that time only the 5th woman to ever receive such nomination, and she actually also was the youngest one. So I think that it says a lot, and I think it's a very beautiful and a very personal debut. And I think all her career, like the career that she had before that, kind of led her to that moment. But she wasn't finished, and in 2019 she made an adaptation of Little Women, and she basically showed that literary adaptations, they can still be bold, they can be modern, they can be absolutely interesting. She received another portion of nominations at the Academy Awards with this movie, and specifically I want to talk here about the way she works with actors. Probably because Greta started her career as an actress herself, she knows exactly how to work with actors as a director. She knows how to guide them, she knows how to direct them, and how to get what she basically needs for like the purpose of a movie or a specific scene. So I think it's another very, very big success. Especially when you take a book that has been adapted more than once and you just make it in your own kind of style and it works. And then there was Barbie. It absolutely shattered box office and it became the highest grossing movie ever to be made by a woman, and it also sparked a lot of conversations about identity, about gender, about womanhood in general. And you know, back in the day, I would never ever think that Christopher Nolan, and Greta Gerwig with Barbie would compete for, for the ultimate domination in a box office. Not to mention that I would never ever think that the movies that are going to compete would be basically Oppenheimer and Barbie. Like, this commercial campaign was an absolute success. It was absolutely iconic. That's why I think that specifically Barbie was a huge success for Greta, and I think that Sir Christopher Nolan kind of helped her with it. I mean, this competition that they've had along the promo tour and promo period. But I think that for Greta, it was, I don't know if she had expected it to happen, but it happened, and I think that we are all very happy it did. I'm not a very big fan of this film itself, of this story, but I must admit that everything from production design and everything was perfect. And I mean, this movie gave us this. And now she's working on her most ambitious and magical project yet, because she signed on with Netflix to direct at least 2 movies based on Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis, and rumors has it that she will not start with the original The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, but instead she's going to start with The Magician's Nephew, which is kind of like a prequel. It tells the story about how Narnia was created, and I think it can be very fresh and interesting to see something else from that universe. Also, insiders say that this movie might be darker, more philosophical, and she might touch upon topics of temptation that C.S. Lewis originally put into his books. And of course, we have very fresh news that Emma Mackey, who we know as Maeve from Sex Education, and she also starred in Greta Gerwig's Barbie, she's going to play the White Witch. I mean, to be honest, before I have read this news, I couldn't imagine anyone else besides Tilda Swinton being the White Witch. But now, since I've read it, I'm kind of excited. I would like to see what can happen from it, because I think Emma Mackey, she is actually a very nice actress, and I do like her. There were other rumors and speculations about the cast, but nothing has been confirmed yet. But I have read that Daniel Craig might take part in this movie, and also that Meryl Streep is in conversation, in a dialogue about playing Aslan. I mean, yes, it sounds very controversial, but I'm kind of hooked. You know, after Liam Neeson, like voicing Aslan, I think it can be very fresh and interesting to see what Meryl Streep. I mean, I think there is nothing that Meryl Streep can't do. She's our queen, and I think that she can do an amazing job. So I'm actually very hooked, but it hasn't been confirmed. So yeah, for now we know that Emma Mackey is going to take part as a White Witch, and I actually can't wait because I really love the book series and the Disney films. I mean, there were only 3 of them, and I think that they are nice in some ways, but I think that they don't really give us this full understanding of those books and the universe and the idea, because they are deeply philosophical. So I think that Greta might be the perfect director to make a very decent adaptation of C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia. From indie princess to box office queen, Greta Gerwig's journey is only just beginning, and I mean, if anything, her journey proves that telling the truth will never go out of style. And I would also like to mention another movie which I have kind of forgotten to mention when I was talking about her acting career. I'm talking about The White Noise. I think it was the latest movie that I have seen with her, where she is an actress. And if anything, I think her movies, the characters that she plays, you can't help but sympathize with them, because she is very raw and she is very authentic, and that's why I really love her. And I think that more people nowadays know her as a director, specifically as Barbie director, but go and watch movies where she has acting parts, because she is an unbelievably incredible actress. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. This is the first video from this series, Director's Journey, so let me know in the comments whose career do you want me to break down next, and I will see you again very, very soon.